Yeah. So after doing a bunch of downloads for the sort of the thriller horror slash leftovers channel, the other yeah, it's Cecilia Kelly, the other one, the other channel. Yeah, I decided to some of the creepy pastas on there and some of the unofficial uh, creature features are on there. Not creature features, unofficial creature features. So I only put the ones on there where I watched a movie and called it that, even though it had nothing to do with creature features. Don't want to get in trouble with them, and it had nothing to do with that. Also, some of the Milpitas monster stuff that was taken down. But this is not about that. Although this is an archive, just an archive. This is about the Bacon, which is a long time ago. The first thing in there is this is the behind the scenes of Bacon 2011, the creepypasta version. So every year they had a Bacon. We went to the Bacons from about 2010 to 2015, and they stopped doing it here in the Bay Area. So it became something else con. It was no longer Bacon. It went somewhere else. Started Fanime around the same time, and the creepypasta stuff does start later, roughly 2018, but 2017, 2018. But that's when the camera got better, and the pictures got better. There aren't much slideshows before then because the picture quality is very poor. But Bacon 2011 had enough footage from our little Bacon stint from 2011 that I was able to make one of those. Now what they would do with the Bacons, it was kind of like a Fanime. It's kind of like how Fanime is where all the younger people basically went and formed a different version of the other one, and that's where all the fans went, because Bacon was like for the oldsters and stuff, and it was partly for the late boomers and their ex-gen, but the younger people would go over to Fanime. Well, now it's mixed in, and everybody's over at Fanime, so and they do Fanime. So Bacon 2011 was in a sense the changing of the guard. The stories, who were acting family, they would go to all of these conventions, the Bacon and Fanime, but then that year they could no longer afford it. So it was almost a changing of the guard. So this Bacon 2011, this is just a little background footage because there probably is a making of for the convention, but this is a making of for this little creepypasta thing. So there was a changing of the guard, so to speak. Cal Cat and his various ravenous personae would then go on to Bacon for another 4 years and play his characters at Bacon. Well, they didn't. Some of their friends would, but they didn't. Cowan showed up again. McFarlane showed up again, and I think Bon Crusoe showed up a couple times. But other people would show up from the cast or from other various luminaries, but never the stories. They never returned to Bacon. They returned to other stuff, but not to Bacon. And they certainly didn't return to. They returned to Fanime a few times. Some of Drea's friends returned to Fanime. Now she's married and moved away somewhere. Brian should be local, but we haven't been able to make a direct contact nowadays. It's been years. It's been 13 years since the Bacon, and yeah. So, yeah, and so what they would do at Bacon, it would be in that hotel room next to what is now the Levi Stadium and the 49er Stadium. So it became hard to have conventions there because they'd have it the same day as a football game. You wouldn't be able to get in there at all. But that came later. It wasn't finished until about 2016 or so. So that wasn't a problem. But they did move. So that wasn't a problem. But also what they would do is many of the fans would film a short movie at the Bacon. And it is clear from the footage that I got from that footage that I watched and edited that years ago when it was Photoshop 10, I did not have the ability to edit that into its movie components. The pieces are all there to have done this little movie. And I'm still using an early version of Photoshop because the newer version sucks and I returned it. But threw it out. But but this early version of Photoshop 13, I'm using it to run that software and convert it. And I decided, I'll take that little movie that I made with the stories, and make it actually a linear little 7 or 8 minute story out of it. A 7 or 8 minute story. Yeah, well, what would amount to what you guys, you kids these days call a creepypasta, because it's a creepypasta. This is literally what it is. It centers on the characters in the story going on their it's centered on a little bit of an adventure with the Men in Black from they're not supposed to be, though. I'm calling them the Men in Black, or the agents in the story, but originally they were playing Mr. Brian and his son Drew were playing the Blues Brothers, but they looked like the Men in Black. So we've got Cowpoke and Silly Kelly running about. I sped up the voices a little bit, sometimes reversed things to make it creepy. But here's a little movie. So you're going to see this little movie, a little 7-minute movie, and 8-minute movie, probably about 8 minutes. And yeah, this is the 2011 creepypasta gag reel. Basically, it's a gag reel or creepypasta is what it is. But it's not much longer than the convention footage we filmed, so that's fun. That year. But it is interesting to see to look back on it, see that, and go like, oh yeah. So, but we didn't start calling them that until after the Blair Witch parodies. After 2016, after I believe the third one, then we started calling them that. But our little fan film that we did not do back in the day. We just had the convention coverage and the scenes from the film. It wasn't put together. Now it is. So, to enjoy it. The plot is basically Cowpoke mainly follows the Men in Black through the convention, and he is pulled into the convention. Basically, that's the plot. Simple plot, simple mystery. What happened to him? And then Silly Kelly rescues him. Damn. So that's the plot. Silly Kelly comes up and rescues him. And the story is very similar to what happened in the later Mousetrap Project 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3. No. There wasn't a fourth. The fourth one isn't a fourth one. The fourth one is another series with similar elements where they go to the Teddy Ruxpin story, and then the creepypasta after that in 2019 is not the fourth. There's no Blair Witch parody in there. It's just goes to an alien planet. It's a theme. So we'll see the others in there. There would be no reason to recut the other ones that are post 2017 because they're already on this channel. So yeah, they're already there. But if you want to, just for fun, the 2022 one is not meant to be on there, but I guess it is. Low res ones. We found the high res ones. We put up the low res ones. But on that channel, they're on the main channel too. So you can go back and see the Cal Cat Show main channel and see that on Location Cat, or you can go to the other one. So yeah, that's my little behind the scenes. It was fun doing it, going over the Baycon. So Baycon started to get boring and dull, and no one was there. By the time you get to 2015, there was barely anybody there and nothing to shoot at, nothing to film. I'm sure that when we get to that creepypasta movie, there won't be anybody in the background at all. But yes, but yeah, we're gonna do the little vignette movies and set them up. A creepypasta can be long or short or long. It's usually about a creepy character in the background. It's both those things. Or a creepy situation, something in the background. It's usually not filming objects in a room. It's usually not. So all the footage of that, like the walking around filming the dealers' rooms at the convention, that's not going to make sense unless something weird happens in the dealer's room. You wouldn't film it really. Or the commentary tracks where it's just me doing a rant blog commentary on the thing. You don't really need that in the creepypasta. Anyway, so other than that, keep going.